My mother pretended to have cancer for 2 years, taking donations in my name. People give more when the story is sad, she said without shame. I wanted to run, but instead I sent one email to a local journalist. When the story went public, she was invited to a charity gala, and when she got there, every guest held up a sign that said, "I never thought I'd be the one to turn in my own mother." But when the lies got too big to ignore, and the money started piling up, I had to do something. She didn't just lie about being sick. She said I was the one with cancer. And she used my name to collect money from friends, family, and total strangers. Let me start from the beginning. My mom's name is Marcia. She's the kind of woman who loves being the center of attention. She exaggerates everything. A sore throat becomes pneumonia. A late bill becomes a financial crisis. But this was something else entirely. I was 19 when it started. I'd just moved to Iowa City for college. My mom still lived in Cedar Rapids. We weren't super close, but I called her once a week and visited on holidays. One weekend, she posted a Facebook status. "Please pray for my daughter Jill. She's not doing well. We're waiting on test results. I'm scared." I got a couple of texts from family asking if I was okay. I told them I was fine, just tired from finals. I didn't think much of it. Maybe she misunderstood something I said on the phone. But then more posts came. Then a GoFundMe. Then a photo of me from high school in a hospital gown. I never gave her that photo. I never wore that gown. I don't even know where she got it. She told people I had cancer. Not a specific kind, just cancer. Said I was too weak to talk, that she was handling everything, and that our family needed help. She wrote, "Any support helps. Jill's medical costs are breaking us." The money started coming in. Hundreds. Then thousands. I found out the GoFundMe had raised $12,000 before I even saw it. When I called her and asked what the hell was going on, she didn't even try to deny it. She said, "Don't worry. I'm just trying to get some help. People give more when the story is sad." That sentence hit me like a truck. She didn't care that she was lying. She didn't care that people thought I was dying. She was using me to scam people, and she didn't even feel bad about it. I told her to take it down. She refused. "You're not going to ruin this for me," she said. "You don't understand how hard it's been." Hard for her.
For the person not pretending to die.
I felt trapped. If I said something, people would think I was cruel. Or worse, they wouldn't believe me. My mom was good at this. She cried on cue. She posted long, emotional updates. She called people angels. Friends sent me letters. Church groups prayed for me. A local business donated a new wheelchair for my comfort. Someone brought casseroles to my mom's house every week. She took them all. Meanwhile, I was healthy, studying, trying to keep my life together while watching my name get dragged through a fake pity parade. I stopped going home. I stopped talking to family. I started thinking every night, what the hell do I do? One night, I was scrolling through local news and saw a story about a woman who faked breast cancer. She got caught and charged with fraud. At the bottom was the name of the reporter, Paul Travis, Cedar Rapids Gazette. I didn't even think. I just opened my email and wrote, "My mother has been claiming I have cancer and collecting donations in my name. I am not sick. This has been going on for 2 years. Please help." I attached screenshots, Facebook posts, GoFundMe links, messages from her to donors. I gave him my number and hit send. It felt like jumping off a cliff.
Paul called me the next day.
He was calm, respectful, and clear. "If this is real, we'll run it. But I need proof." I gave him everything. 3 weeks later, the story came out. The headline read, "Cedar Rapids woman accused by daughter of faking cancer for donations." My mom's face was on the front page. The article explained how she used my name, how she never provided medical records, and how several donors were shocked to learn I was never sick. I stayed in my apartment and waited. The fallout was fast. People posted angry comments. The church removed her from their volunteer list. Some neighbors started a group chat to warn others. She texted me only once that day. "How could you do this to me?" That's when I realized she didn't think she did anything wrong. Even after the story, she kept going. She called it a misunderstanding. She told people I was confused and having a mental breakdown. Then, somehow, she got invited to a local cancer awareness gala. I don't know if the organizers missed the article or if she lied to them too. But they sent her an official invitation. She told people she was being honored. She bought a new dress, got her hair done, posted a picture captioned, "So grateful for this opportunity. It's been a long road." I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I couldn't let her walk in there and fool everyone again. The event was held at a downtown Cedar Rapids hotel. Fancy place. Lights strung up, valet out front, posters of local cancer heroes near the entrance. My mom drove herself in the car she'd bought using donation money. That stung. She wore a deep purple dress and a pearl necklace she never could have afforded before the scam. She smiled at the cameras like she belonged, but what she didn't know was that I'd been in touch with the event organizer. I'd emailed them a copy of the Gazette article, along with a note. "You're about to honor someone who lied about cancer for 2 years. She scammed people using my name. Just thought you should know." They never replied. I assumed they'd ignore it, but they didn't. She was announced during the welcome speech. Marcia Smith, a mother who's shown strength through her daughter's journey. Applause. She stood up, walked to the center of the ballroom, beamed. Then they dimmed the lights. A spotlight hit her face. She looked around, confused. The host stepped back, and a screen came down behind her. A video began playing. Clips from her Facebook posts, GoFundMe page, and finally, the Gazette article headline. The room went silent. Then the lights came back on, and people around the room began holding up signs. Big, white poster boards with black letters. Thief. Liar. You stole from us. My daughter died for real. You used my son's story for money. She froze. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. Someone in the back shouted, "Get off the stage." The organizer walked up slowly and took the mic. This woman is not being honored. She lied. She scammed this community. And she used her own daughter's name to do it. My mom grabbed the mic and said, "This is all a misunderstanding. My daughter's been mentally unstable. She's made all this up." But no one bought it anymore. The room turned on her. One of the women holding a sign shouted, "We met your daughter. She came clean. She has nothing to gain from this. You do." I stepped forward. People turned to look. I said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "I never had cancer. Not once. Every time you gave money to her, you were giving it to someone who wanted pity and power. She didn't care who she hurt, even me." My voice shook, but I kept going. "She stole from you. She used my name. She made me feel ashamed to even be myself. I was too scared to speak for 2 years. But not anymore." Security didn't have to drag her out. She left on her own. But she looked broken. Like the weight of all the lies finally crushed her. People clapped when she was gone. I didn't. I just stood there, feeling numb. After the event, a woman in her 60s came up to me and said, "My daughter really did die from cancer. Your mom used her picture in one of her posts. I just wanted to say thank you for stopping her." I had no words. Another man pressed a folded check into my hand and said, "This is for you. To use. For whatever dream she tried to kill." It was $1,000. I didn't take it. I handed it back and said, "Give it to a real patient." He nodded. 2 days later, I got a call from a local detective. "We've received reports. We're looking into fraud and misuse of charitable funds." Apparently, several donors had already filed complaints. Some were suing. One lawyer said it could go federal if she took money across state lines. I wasn't sure how I felt.
Part of me wanted to hide.
But another part wanted every lie exposed. I figured the worst was over once the gala happened. I was wrong. When the police started digging, they found more than I expected. My mother hadn't just lied about my illness. She'd created a second fake identity online. A Facebook page under a different name. Angela R. She posed as a single mother with breast cancer and a 6-year-old son, fighting leukemia. She ran a second GoFundMe under that alias. That one had raised over $20,000. All that money was going into the same account. Her account. The detective told me, we're looking at multiple counts of fraud, identity theft, and wire fraud. This goes beyond a local scam. I couldn't believe it. She didn't just use me. She created whole fake lives to keep the donations rolling in. At first, most of our extended family tried to stay neutral. Some of them even believed her when she said I was lying. But once the second fake identity came out, Angela R., the fake child, it was too much. My aunt, her own sister, called me crying. She said, I gave her $2,000 for my retirement. She said it was for chemo. My cousin said she skipped her own kid's school trip to help pay for my treatment. The betrayal hit all of them hard. Suddenly, no one was calling her. Everyone was calling me to apologize, to cry, to ask why. I didn't have answers. About 2 weeks after the gala, she came to my door. I don't know how she got the address. Maybe she always had it. I opened it just a crack. She looked like hell. Messy hair, dark circles under her eyes, no makeup. She looked like someone who hadn't slept in days. She said, Jill, please. I just need to talk. Everyone's turned on me. I told her, you earned that. Every part of it. She tried to push the door open.
You don't understand.
I did this for us. You were always broke, always struggling. I laughed because it was so twisted. You didn't give me $1, Mom.
Not one.
You took everything and made me look like I was dying for it. She looked stunned, like she'd just heard that for the first time. Then she got quiet and said, they're going to arrest me. I said, good. And I shut the door. A week later, a letter arrived in my mailbox. No return address. Inside was a torn-up checkbook, a flash drive, and a note written in her handwriting. If they take me in, everything's on this drive. I didn't do it alone. That sentence changed everything. I plugged in the flash drive. There were PDFs, bank statements, emails, conversations. One of the biggest surprises? Some of the donors were part of it. A woman named Teresa, who worked for a church-run charity, had approved her story without ever checking the facts. But the emails showed she got a 10% cut of every GoFundMe pullout. A man named Rick, her old boyfriend, was helping her write the fake cancer updates. He used to work in PR and was coaching her on emotional framing. I realized this wasn't just a sick woman lying. It was a team. A scam built like a machine. And now the whole thing was about to fall apart. I took the flash drive to the detective working the case. He looked through the files for an hour before saying, this isn't just fraud. This is conspiracy. She didn't act alone. 3 weeks later, my mom, Teresa, and Rick were arrested. Charges included fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and conspiracy to defraud. They were each facing real prison time. Teresa lost her job at the charity. Rick's old PR firm publicly cut ties with him and put out a statement calling him disgusting. The story made the news again, this time statewide. Cedar Rapids woman behind fake cancer fundraiser, part of larger scheme. This time, people paid attention. A group of donors filed a civil lawsuit against my mom. They wanted their money back. Some were retirees, some were cancer survivors themselves. I was asked to testify in court, not for criminal charges, but to describe the emotional damage. I did. I told the courtroom what it was like to see my name in those lies. How people hugged me like I was dying. How I couldn't sleep, how I stopped visiting home, how I stopped trusting anyone. My voice cracked. But I said every word. My mom sat 2 rows away. She cried. But I didn't care anymore. She pleaded guilty. So did Rick and Teresa. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison, with parole possible after 2. Rick got 18 months. Teresa got 1 year, but with probation. The judge told her, you didn't just steal money. You stole people's trust. You used your own daughter's name to do it. That is a deep kind of betrayal. She didn't say a word during sentencing.
Just stood there, eyes down.
After the trial, the state awarded me part of the restitution settlement. I didn't ask for it, but the judge ruled that I was a direct victim. It was $8,450. I used it to pay off the rest of my student loans. Then I moved out of Iowa. People kept asking me if I forgave her.
I don't know if I did.
I don't know if I can. But I stopped carrying it. That was enough. Sometimes people who read the story message me. Some say I was brave. Some say I destroyed my family. Maybe both are true. But I know one thing. If I hadn't sent that email to the journalist, she'd still be lying. Still collecting. Still using me like I was her excuse. Now, she's just another mugshot in the paper. And me? I'm finally not a lie anymore. I'm just Jill.